Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? Um, so this is my second video, and I think I want to call this little series. I think I want to call it Thought Drops. Just talking. Um, I feel like that's a pretty good name, and it kind of solidifies what I think it is and what it could be for everybody. Just a bunch of drop of thoughts. But with that, today I want to talk about mental health. Mental health for me has been a complete journey. It's been a wild journey. It's been a wild ride. From therapy, just to daily check-ins on myself. I ask myself every day, like, are you good? And more importantly, what does being good mean, right? Because we all have these labels of just good. Everybody has a label of what good is or what good isn't, right? But nobody really has a. There isn't really. That's not a real barometer of like, okay, is this good today? What is worth for being good tomorrow? Or what is worth for being good in a year? Nobody really has that set in stone, and that's one thing I would like to expand on of what does being good mean. Like, should I even use good as a descriptor for my feelings? Because a lot of the times I've been real excellent at faking smiles. I've been real excellent at just at faking like I'm good. So is good even a good descriptor? That even makes sense. So I question that a lot. Therapy. As a black man going to therapy is kind of a taboo, right? Growing up it was always be tough. Boys don't cry, or real men just handle their problems. And even religion. Like when religion was a part of my life, even just throwing it off on God, it teaches people to just put their things off in an arena or in an area of life that doesn't directly affect them in the now, right? It doesn't fix your problems now. If anything, it teaches you to not deal with it, if anything. But just navigating my life through those things. And honestly, therapy for me was probably the biggest thing. Going to therapy was one of the things that it allowed me to be objectively free. It allowed me to objectively speak about my problems in a way that I had never been asked to. It allowed me to not feel forced. I didn't feel forced in any part of therapy. It was hard and it was tough, but it allowed me to be completely free. Because the thing about therapy is, I feel like a lot of people don't understand, is you get in what you put out. Now, it only works depending upon how honest and open you really are. Like, I can go into therapy and, I can downplay every situation I've ever had in my life. I can downplay my wrongs. I can uplift my rights. But the only thing that serves to do, it gives you a lopsided view of what the issue is, and it gives you a disingenuous view of who you really are, right? So the thing about therapy that I had to understand, they don't know you at all, right? The person sitting across from you does not know you at all. They're only going to be able to dive into what you tell them. So honesty is key. Honesty is very much key. And I don't know, I feel like in the position I am now, I need to shed light on stuff like this, because it's been a journey. It's been a journey with me, you know what I'm saying? It's been one of them things where it's ever evolving. And I haven't done everything perfect either, by any means. Like, I haven't been the perfect citizen by any means, right? But out of those situations, how do you handle those shortcomings? Out of those shortcomings, how can your life be affected, and how can you affect somebody else's life, right? So to me, it's more about posterity. It's more about later. It's more about the future versions of myself. It's more about future versions of our kids, future versions of just people, as opposed to my life right now. Because, right now I'm living pretty good, but that's the now. What about the later? How can the later be affected by my decisions now? I'm more so focused on that, right? I don't know. I feel like this is a this is a shorter, thought drop, but it's a thought drop, right? And that's what's on my mental right now. My mental is kind of fixated on helping other people have better mentals, right? And that's part of what prompted my book, honestly. My own mental journey. My mental journey was a decisive factor in deciding to make that book. It was very pivotal. I can't never get that word right. Pivotal. It was very pivotal in making that book a success. Honestly, just going back and forth with the different poems I written, I can literally see and I can feel the emotions I had at the time I wrote them, and I could see why other people may connect with those things, right? But mental health was like the key, right? You don't get a book without a healthy version of JP. You don't get that book without a healthy version of Jonathan, whatever you want to call it. You just don't get that. You don't get any of these conversations now without a healthier version of me, a healthier mindset from me. So just making sure and doing your due diligence and making sure you're out here, because it's not easy out here. You know, life is hard already. Life in itself is a struggle. Let's not conflate that struggle with just our own imitation of what we think we should be. That's usually what it is. It's how you think you should be, rather than diving into the reality of what you are. So, moving forward, I challenge everybody and myself to just live in the moment. Check on your mental health. Daily check-ins. Go to therapy. Nothing wrong with it. Go to therapy. You know, check on your strong friends. You know, it's never. In my humble opinion, it's cool to be the person checking in. It's cool to be checked in on. It feels good for me. Like today, I had one of my friends. They just text me to check in on me. Right? Stay strong.